Okay, here we are with Interzoid's interactive data client, where you can retrieve customized, self-defined external data with global coverage based on your needs. Generally, this tool is used for data enrichment to increase the ROI of your data assets and everything that makes use of that data. So pretty quickly, just want to show you a few things here. One thing that you will need is an API key, because this is how we track usage. So if you go to interzoid.com, data.interzoid.com is where you can find this tool. And then interzoid.com, if you go there, you can register and get an API key and start with a trial key. And then what you will do is describe the type of data that you're looking for. So for example, we might be looking for data about companies or specific data about companies. We simply describe it here in this topic text box. And then we're going to add the output fields, the fields that we want, the structured data that we want to return based on our request. So we can add multiple data fields here. And then we simply add a lookup value. So for example, if I want data about companies and I enter website address, revenue, and so forth, I can get that data. Now, to save you from typing, I'm going to actually load a configuration that I've already created, so you don't have to watch me type. But then once we've done that, we've created our configuration, we click run, and then we get the results, and we'll go from there. So for example, let's go ahead and load a configuration. And you can see here the tech stack detective, because that's what we're looking for in this case. I'll open that, and you can see the topic here is identification of software, hardware, and cloud infrastructure used by a specific organization. And of course, you can play around with that until you get the information that you're looking for. You can of course save the configuration, and then the fields I had entered are primary cloud provider, CRM system, marketing automation platform, e-commerce platform, HR system, programming languages, and estimated annual IT budget. And so once I've done that, the lookup value, my initial lookup value that I used is Airbnb. We can try that first. And then of course I've chose the Model A Premium. It's as good as any. You've got some other choices here. But I would stick with Model A Premium initially, and again, you can play around with it to get, sometimes different models will bring back better data, depending on your particular use case. Okay, and so then all I need to do is to get the data that I've asked for. I'm going to click Run. Scroll down a little bit. And see here it gives me the actual text. Let's go to Pretty View, make it a little bit nicer. So you can see their primary cloud provider is Amazon Web Services. CRM system is Salesforce. Nothing listed for e-commerce and HR, probably because they've built their own. They're a large enough company to do that. Programming languages in use. And then of course the estimated annual IT budget. And so that's an example of some of the data that you can pull back. Now here's the neat thing. Not only can I use this interactively in this sense, but if I close it, I can go and it actually gives me the API call that was used to get that actual data. And you can see there's a topic or a parameter topic and so forth. And then of course the output, you can put it like this. And you can then, of course, when you call the API, you've got your API key. You can then add your own lookup value for whatever company that you're looking for. In this case, the lookup is Airbnb. And so that's where you might want to call this API over and over with your own value, integrated into workflow. Maybe every lead that comes in, you automatically find out what their various platforms are. You can see why that would be very valuable. So that's the concept. If you wanted to, you can go to the resources menu here. In addition to getting an API key and seeing some documentation, step-by-step guide, There's also something here called the AI Data Enrichment Batch Mode, where you can take this configuration and then use an input file of many values. You can click on that and it'll bring up that tool. So you could take an entire input file and then get an output file with all of these results. A batch mode way of making use of the same configuration. You just simply import that. There's some other video demos, some product page, and so forth. But the idea is that you can get whatever custom data that you're looking for your specific needs and create an API that's hosted by Interzoid, where you can make calls to it, or you can use this interactively, or again, run it in batch mode, whatever makes sense. But the idea is that you're getting more external data that's specific and customized for a given use case. That's it. Love to hear from you. Contact us at support@interzoid.com if you have any questions, or visit us at www.interzoid.com and come and get your own key and try it out. Thank you.